What is poppin', home skillets? Today, we're gonna dive balls deep into this car. 1, 2, 3, or 4 testicles deep into this car. We're gonna try to get her running today under her own power. I got a couple of things that but I wanna say when she starts, that are total necessities. I got some oil, got a fuel filter, and surprisingly, I got a freaking valve cover gasket because the valve cover gasket on the engine on the A20A is leaking. So let's just get right down to it. Before I try to figure out if the car starts, we're just gonna do some preventative maintenance. First, by taking off the valve cover and changing the valve cover gasket. And here's the old valve cover gasket. Check it. It's actually not that bad, but change it anyway. Good to see that there's no metal shavings in the valve cover. For the most part, it's pretty clean. And now I'm gonna have to clean around the outside of this. That's that. I already put the oil filter on because that was underneath the car and I can't fit the tripod underneath the car. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and put oil inside the car. totally forgot to put on this ground. And I forgot to put that other shit back on too. We got oil in, an oil filter on, and a valve cover gasket change for oil retention and for the necessity that all engines need oil because that's how them shits work. So I'm gonna turn on the battery charger because this battery likes to die. So now it's the moment of truth to see if this car will run. I'm gonna go inside, I'm gonna turn the key, listen for the fuel pump to prime, turn the car off again. I'm gonna prime it maybe 2 or 3 times, and then I'm gonna turn it. That was 1 time. 2 primes. 3 primes. Now let's see if it starts. Let me just make sure all this shit's out the way. Don't want anything, just in case, we don't know yet. Always make sure. Never know. A little smoke, but it looks like it's, you can see the smoke, but it's coming off of the header, so it might just be like debris and old shit on it, so I'm gonna have to probably leave it running and see if it goes away. At first it smelled like a metal on metal type of smell, but it smells like residue, like bullshit that's been like accumulating on the heat shield and on the header itself, so it should burn off. There's a whole bunch of residue. You can actually kind of see it bubbling. You kind of see it bubbling right there. So it should burn off. But the engine works. 150 bucks. Shit's popping. Shit's popping. I had a feeling it was gonna work too, because you turn the key. When I picked it up, I turned the key and everything worked. I'm like, yo, this shit has to start. It has to. So I'm gonna let this shit burn off. In the next video, we're gonna puck with the brakes because none of the brakes work. And I think that the brakes don't work because there was no fluid in it. Because when I opened up the master cylinder reservoir, no fluid inside of the brakes at all. So like and subscribe, Home Skillets. Before you go, I'm going to give you another rev in moderation. No red line in here. And have a nice day.